Hey, how y'all doing? It's your boy Greg with another video. So it has come to my attention that one of my friends has been watching, and I just want to shout him out. My boy Ben, thank you so much for letting me know that you've seen my stuff and you're sharing my stuff. I appreciate you, man. He's one of my good friends that I love talking sports with, a big UCLA guy. I think his Twitter is Big Bad at Big Bad Benyo, BIGBADBN Yo on Twitter and Instagram. I think it's the same thing on Instagram. If it's something different, I'll correct it on the next video. But I just want to shout him out because he says he's supporting, so I appreciate that, man. You know, sounds like his boys were getting a good laugh at some of the stuff I was saying. One of the points I wanted to make real quick about the fact that they were saying that they don't like, well, they were laughing that I was hyping up hockey or whatever. Look, man, you gotta understand something about me. I am not a football, basketball guy. I mean, I think they might be my two favorite sports, but I don't just watch football and basketball. I watch football, basketball, college basketball, college football. I watch baseball, I watch hockey, and I watch European soccer, and I watch tennis too. Those are like the sports I enjoy watching. Those are like the top 8. You know, football, basketball, yes, I do like watching that a lot, but a lot of the mainstream channels are like, you know, the debate shows, that's all they're talking about is football and basketball, which is cool. I mean, that's good for me. I like that type of stuff. But I miss the days of when, you know, you watch Sports Center, you pretty much exposed to every sport. You know, even if you like certain sports more than others, they're going to show everything. And I want my channel to kind of be like that. You know, if it grows and people start saying they want me to talk about certain stuff, then that's what I'll probably focus on. But while it's kind of small right now, I'm pretty much going to talk about what I want to talk about, you know, and that's probably what it's going to be. And honestly, look, man, if you have kids, you should probably appreciate this type of mentality because, look, if you want your kids to get into sports, some of them might not be good in football. Some people might not be good at basketball. They might be good at tennis. They might be good at swimming. They might be good at wrestling. You shouldn't just pigeonhole your kids to just what the culture wants you to play, what your culture wants you to do, and what's acceptable to the culture. Get your kid involved in every sport he can possibly get involved in and find out what's good for him. If he's good at bowling, golf, whatever, man, like if he can swim good, then put him in those type of things, you know? Like, I don't understand why we have to just do things for other people and whatnot, you know? Like, just do something that's good for them and what they're good at and encourage them to do it. And if people give them negative attitudes, just let them know that, man, you're getting better. Don't worry about them. That's why Serena is who she is, because his father didn't act like, oh, well, you know, you should be playing basketball or you should be playing whatever, you know, women's track or whatever. Like, you know, he said, nah, you a tennis player. That's what your gift is. So I'm going to get you in tennis. So that's just my main point about that whole thing. I'm not going to just be about, you know, just football and basketball. So if you're looking for that type of channel, then I don't know, I'm probably going to be, that's not going to be this channel for you. It is going to be a lot about football and basketball because I love those sports, but I want to talk hockey sometimes. I want to talk baseball sometimes. Over the summer, I'm not going to talk about what could be in football, what could be this and whatever, when baseball's going on all summer. No, I'm not going to do that. You know, that's just not who I am. I'm just sorry. You know. But anyway, I want to get into a couple points real quick. So I saw something on Mel Kiper's. I saw something that Mel Kiper said about the New York Giants, and I agree with most of the points he was saying. Basically, he was saying that he believes in Daniel Jones, which I do too. I think Daniel Jones is still a great quarterback. I think when they finally fix this offensive line, he's gonna do what he did not last year now, but the year before, which is basically take us to the playoffs and have us competing for the NFC and the Super Bowl. So I'm glad there's somebody out there who's not jumping off the Daniel Jones bandwagon and just supporting him and letting people know that, he's a good player, because he is. The blocking's been bad. He's not had good weapons. They're finally starting to get a few good weapons for him now. And Mel Kiper is also basically saying that if Rome Odunze, because he's basically expecting the top 3 quarterbacks to go top 3, which is Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels. And then Marvin Harrison's supposed to go 4, so we won't get him. And a lot of people are speculating that the Chargers will take Brock Bowers. I don't think with Harbaugh they're going to take Brock Bowers, but because I think Harbaugh likes bigger tight ends. But you know what? Now that I kind of think about it, I don't know if Vernon Davis played with Harbaugh when they were, so maybe that would fit. But I just think the fact that he likes to have like a big running game, Brock Bowers is more of a catching tight end. I don't know if the fit is really there. But anyway, that's what I see most of the projections saying that they're going to do. So with that said, I think Odunze or Malik Neighbors will be there at 6. Now, this is where I kind of disagree with Kiper. I agree that Odunze is better than Neighbors. I would take Odunze over Neighbors. I'm not 100% comfortable with Neighbors. But I don't want the Giants to take a receiver. I mean, if they take him, I'm not going to be super upset, because we do need more weapons, and he is the type of receiver that we do need. So that does fill a need, so I won't be super upset. But, man, I'm just telling you, dude, I really want to fix this offensive line, man. This offensive line has been bad forever. Evan Neal sucks. The 2 guards suck. The center that we drafted is okay. I mean, I'm going to chalk that up to growing pains. I don't think he had a great rookie year. But the only person that we can rely on is Andrew Thomas, who also was hurt last year. So we really need Daniel Jones and Andrew Thomas to stay healthy. We need 2 new guards, man. We need 2 new guards and a new tackle. We need like a fresh start on the offensive line, man. Like, this offensive line is bad right now. And it looks like we're going to lose Saquon, so at some point we're going to have to take some sort of running back. So, the Giants are going to pretty much have to revamp a lot of this offense. I think the defense was good. We got a new defensive coordinator. We'll see how that goes. But I think, I mean, like I said, I just really want them to address. If they address the offensive line in the 2nd through 7th round, then I'm good with Odunze. But I just really want some sort of offensive line help, and it would just make me feel a lot better if we took one there. I understand that it's not a great tackle year. They like that guy from what's his name? The dude from Penn State. I saw that dude get killed by, I forgot the defensive end's name, on Ohio State. And after watching that, I was just like, nah, I'm good with that, So I think that it just sucks that we can't find like a great guard or a great tackle, man. Like I want that to be something that we address, because when you're going against the Cowboys and the Eagles, I guess the Eagles are about to fall off now. So honestly, that's something that we need to really address, so that we can like take advantage of the fact that the Eagles just lost Jason Kelce, or looks like he's going to retire, and they're going to be a little bit different. They got some problems with the receivers. I guess the receivers are realizing that Jalen Hurts isn't as good as what people are saying he is, and something's going on there. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, that's my thing I wanted to talk about with Mel Kiper. Also, another thing I wanted to address was my so-called love for John Calipari. Again, man, look, Calipari has had some down years for sure. That I can't deny that, but he has been he's been a dominant coach, dude. Like I don't understand like why people want to hate on him. I'll just throw a couple examples why I think people don't understand why I hype him up a little bit. All right, so I remember the year, right, and it was when Kentucky had Brandon Knight. That was like their top 5 player that they were playing with. It was Brandon Knight, and I think it was a Terrence Jones. They were both freshmen. They took that team to the championship game, and they lost to UConn when Kemba Walker was playing against their team. It was the UConn team with Kemba Walker and Jeremy Lamb, and it was a great final. Like UConn won by like 1 point or something like that. It could have went either way, but you know UConn was a little bit better. Kemba Walker was the best pro out of all of them. But you understand, like, even though Kentucky went that far, they were supposed to get Enes Kanter that year, and Enes Kanter ended up being like a career double guy in the NBA. So if they would have had Enes Kanter that whole year, I think they would have won it. And I just think that people just forget stuff like that. Like he had some sort of eligibility problems with the NCAA, and so they wouldn't let him play. And you know he ended up being like a 10, 15-year pro, 6'11", 260, rebounding machine. You know, great. He was a good low post game. He would have. I mean, that would have obviously helped him a lot. You know, like you know. And I just think people just forget things like that when they talk about Cal. You know, again, I go back to, I said this in my last video, that Tyrese Maxey, Ashton Higgins, and Emmanuel Quickly team, they were coming into form at the end of the year. Anybody who remembers that 2020 year and follows college basketball knows how good they were playing. They were 15-3 that year in the SEC, and they were playing really good ball. Well, like something like 8 of the last 9, they were ready to go, man. And like I said, when you have those upside freshmen who are just coming into form around March, that is powerful, man. And I just don't understand why people don't see that. You know, like when you have those guys that kind of went through the growing pains and they're just kind of coming into form, and that's basically like picking up another player at the end of the year. That's basically what it is. And that's what Kentucky seems like they're having now. You saw Kentucky against Alabama. Justin Edwards has done nothing pretty much the whole year. Pretty much the whole year, he's pretty much done nothing. Look at the last 2 or 3 games that he's played, especially the last game against Alabama, which is a top 15 team. He didn't miss one shot. And I remember in preseason thinking that, he was going to be so good because he looked like R.J. Barrett, to be honest with you. And then he basically came out and just started like not playing good. Now he's starting to play pretty well. You know, I'm not gonna hype up Big Z as much because even though he had a nice scoring day, he still kind of gets pushed around a little bit on defense. So I think they need to be careful with him. But even with that said, he had 18 points against Alabama. He's shown that he can basically stroke it from 3. He can, a 7'2" guy that can shoot like that. I mean, they're loaded, man. They are absolutely loaded, and they went through their growing pains. I think they're coming out of the other side now, at the end of the tunnel now. And I think they're gonna absolutely go to the Final Four. I think they're gonna win it. I absolutely think they're gonna win it. There's nobody. I've watched all the teams. I've seen Purdue. I've seen Duke. I've seen Kansas. I've seen all the top Houston. I've seen all the top teams. UConn. There's no team that got the upside, that's got the firepower that Kentucky has. I've seen them all. I watch college basketball a lot, and I've seen pretty much all the teams. I'm not one of these guys that just watches one conference. I watch all the teams. And from what I've seen, I'm telling you, Kentucky has the most talented team. Absolutely. And they're, like I said, it's not like the talent's not playing well. The talent is starting to come together now. I was just starting to they were kind of pushing me to the edge of, man, should I stick with them, should I not? But now that I see, especially now that I see, and I was willing to do this before Justin Edwards, broke out. But now that Justin Edwards has broken out and he's starting to feel super comfortable now, I have no doubt in my mind to get into the Final Four. I've got little doubt to no doubt that they're going to win the championship, dude. They play like that, there's nobody beating them. And I really hope they win it this year because, honestly, people are getting real disrespectful on Cal now. Not just certain individuals that I talk to, just people in the media in general. They're getting super disrespectful with Cal now. Talking about, he only is doing so-and-so. He hasn't won in a certain time. Like, dude, this man has 6 Final Fours. He's been to the championship like 3 times. He's won 1 championship. I mean, he's taken teams like UMass. Nobody has ever taken a team like UMass to the Final Four, dude. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, UMass, before and after Cal has been, no, I shouldn't say before. They were good with, I think, Dr. J. But anyway, even after Cal, they haven't done anything, dude. They've done absolutely nothing. That program is a dud. And he took them to the Final Four. If you can't respect that, you can't respect nothing. When he was at Memphis, he pretty much should have won the championship. Mario Chalmers hit some miracle shot, and they ended up winning. So, I mean, come on, man. Like, why are people trying to act like this dude is not like a great coach? He is a great coach. Could easily have 3 championships right now. It just, a couple of the finals didn't go his way. I mean, it is what it is, dude. I'm not saying that he's the best ever. He's not. Coach K is better. Jay Wright is probably better as far as the coaches. I think Bill Self is better. But he is a star coach. Right now, there's pretty much one coach in college that I would say is better than him, and that's Bill Self. Other than that, there's no coach in the college I'd rather have than Calipari. Period of the story. He recruits at a high level. His teams win. I mean, look at his tournament record. You could talk about the upsets that he had. His overall tournament record is one of the best ever. So, I mean, come on, man. What are we talking about here? Anyway, I just want to get that out. Other than that, I don't think there was any really standout games last night. I will say this, though, and it's a shout-out to my boy Ben again, though. I do think the Heat, I'm going to say this right now. The Heat are the 7th seed right now. This is nothing crazy, but everybody's talking about who they expect to win the championship or who's the real contenders. My friend asked me that the other day. It's a tough question for me because, honestly, I don't like the Celtics. They have the best record, but I don't like the way they play. I understand that they're a little bit better now with Drew Holiday, so they're not, and Porzingis, so they're not the same team. But I still think they rely too much on outside shots, and I think I'm not really sure Tatum is ready to take that next step and put his team over the top. I really don't think he is good enough to do that when he goes against a team like a Nuggets team. Any team in the top 3 in the West, I don't think the Celtics can beat. OKC, Minnesota, or the Nuggets. I don't think Boston's beating any one of those teams. I don't think, honestly, I don't think anybody in the East is winning it. But I do think the Heat will go to the finals again. I'm going to say that. I didn't see this coming. Well, Jaime Jaquez is playing amazing basketball, man. I got to give him credit. Every time they give him extended minutes, he performs, man. You got to give him credit. So, I think, and they obviously lost a few free agents last year, but with Tyler Hero coming back and Jaime Jaquez coming back, and they got this guy who was balling last night named Haywood Highsmith. This is really one of the few times I've seen him, but he was killing it yesterday, and I'm like, damn, they just come up. He are just really good at just like developing these players that are in their system for a while, and when it's time for them to step up, they step up, man. And as long as the Heat get out the play-in and they get into those 7-game series, I think they're coming out again, man. They obviously don't care about home court, and they just do what they do. So I'm going to say the Heat are definitely coming out the East. Out the West, I don't believe in the Clippers. I'll say that right now. I still think it was a great thing that the Sixers got rid of Harden because Harden is he quit on the team. Regardless of, I guess the Sixers GM is, people are saying that he's a liar or whatever. Bottom line is, like, while you're there, you gotta see. This is what I'm saying, dude. Like, I understand that you got problems with management, dude, but at some point the fans have to matter, dude. At some point the fans have to matter. And, when you don't, until you're ready to leave or get out of there, If it's time to play, you got to play for the fans, dude. And if you don't want to do that, I'm not going to be on your side. So regardless of whatever his beef was with management or I forgot the dude's name who was running the Sixers, but bottom line is you got to play for the fans. And when you stop doing that, when you start being one of these guys, I'll play where I want to play. I'm not rocking with no guy that's like that no more. I'm sorry. I don't care what the situation is. You start quitting on teams, and he did it in Houston. He did it in basically with the Nets. He quit on them, and he quit on the Sixers. So I'm not gonna believe in a dude like that. Like, you're in a 5-on-5 basketball game, you're about yourself, and that's it. Like, I never said that to him. I never said that about Harden when he was doing his thing in Houston. I always defended him. I rooted for him. I thought they had a great chance to win the championship in when they had Chris Paul. They should have won it that year. He was screwed out of MVP the first year that Curry won it. Harden absolutely should have won it that year. So I'm not a Harden hater per se, but when you start quitting, I just don't like players like that. As you get older, all you pretty much ask for is like a good effort. You expect the minimum of good effort. Just for spending your 2.5, 3 hours to watch these games. And if you're gonna see a dude just do stuff like that, it just turns you off, man. It turns me off for sure. So I don't like Harden now, and I just think somebody with that type of attitude, someone like Kawhi, these guys, the way they just want to play when they want to play, I'm never gonna believe in them, dude. So, and honestly, they're older now. So this team was 3 years younger collectively. They'd be the favorite. But even 3 years ago or 4 years ago, this is pretty much the same team when they had George and Kawhi that were a lot better. They lost to the Nuggets in the bubble. So why would I believe in this older team? No, absolutely not. The Clippers, I don't believe in them at all. I think the T-Wolves are a scary matchup for the Nuggets. I'm really, really not sure how that's going to go. I think that might be a 7-game series. I think the T-Wolves give the Nuggets a lot of problems with their size. So I think that's probably going to decide the West. If I had to say who was going to do it, I would say the Nuggets. I'll just give them the benefit of the doubt, but that's going to be a tough series for sure. I think either one of those teams beat OKC. I don't think OKC's ready yet, but yeah, man. Nuggets, T-Wolves will decide the West. I will say Nuggets. So basically, I guess I would say Nuggets Heat rematch. Nuggets win again. That's pretty much where I'm going with, barring some sort of injury. That's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to say today. I'll probably get into a lot of the games tonight and make a video tonight. I just wanted to, again, thank you all for who are watching, and appreciate y'all. I know I was a little unkept the last time I was doing a video, so I'll try to keep, usually when I'm just like by myself, I don't really care about my appearance, but I guess if I'm going to do videos, I guess I got to kind of shave and stuff now. So I'll do that more, and I apologize for looking a little like I didn't give a damn or whatever. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I appreciate y'all, and hey, we'll try to keep this going. Like I said, man, I talk about all sports, dude. So I'm not going to just talk about, there were some hockey games I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to kind of I don't want to make these videos too long. This video is probably longer than I wanted it to be anyway. But I'm saying, I talk about all sports, dude. So that's just how I am. And I would encourage you, especially if you have children, get your kids involved in all sports. Don't just football, basketball, culture. Yeah. No. Expand your mind. If there's something available, let your kid try everything, man. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day.